Hey, welcome back to Cartology. Today we're looking at Skinny, and right now we're sitting on their category page. And I'd like to move from top to bottom, from the very top of the page down, and really critique it, because there are a whole lot of elements here that I think we could help them improve. The very first section up here, the header section, I think that the use of space here hasn't been so well thought out. I think that usually up in these spaces, you should be selling your key value propositions, any site-wide offers, any special elements about what makes you special over your competitors. And I think just to put two big brand images here is probably a bit of a waste of space and a misuse of space. So I think that's the first thing they could think about in terms of improving. Then if we move down the page, the general feeling that I have with e-commerce is that you want to be showcasing your product as high up as possible. Why should I have to scroll down to start seeing the products and their prices and their titles? So I have to scroll quite a way down to start getting this information. So if I'm sitting here at the top of the page, there's just a lot of irrelevant information here that probably doesn't need to be here. So for example, skinny footwear should never be placed in the washing machine. Like, that could probably be placed somewhere else. And that would allow a lot of this imagery to move up the page and lighten up the page a little bit more with the actual product. The other element that I think is not quite right is placing a shopping cart in the sidebar. Now, if we actually click into one of the products, you'll notice that the shopping cart area will move from the left side all the way over now to the right side. Now, fundamentally, that's also wrong, because you want an element like shopping cart to be uniformed across the whole website. This is something really important because you want to be training your users and customers to know exactly where to find important elements like the shopping cart. And when you toss and turn from page to page of where it's actually placed, it makes it difficult for them to really be trained in that way. So that's another element of the category page. And then finally on the category page, they have information about how to actually join their mail list. And I think this is something that could be placed much more prominently on their page. It could be all the way up here, maybe in the social section. It could be all the way up here, maybe instead of the shopping cart area here. Because ultimately, if one of your goals is to build your email list, which is ultimately going to be used to drive more sales, you don't want people to have to scroll all the way down and see it here, because chances are they're not going to see it at all, and they're going to miss it. And rather than getting 20 people a day signing up to your newsletter, you might get 20 people a month. And that's not the result that you'd probably want to be looking for. So I think moving your newsletter all the way up to the very top above the fold, getting some of your images up above the fold, getting rid of some of this text. And if this is for SEO purposes, there's much more effective ways to use text on a page for SEO, and a better use of the header section to really drive home their main value proposition. So that's my critique for Skinny, and I'd be curious to know what you think about this website and your ideas about their category page. Thanks for, feel free to comment in the section below. Thanks for watching.